Meanwhile, thousands of motorists are driving back to Gauteng from their various holiday destinations. Traffic authorities in the province are urging drivers to comply with all the road regulations to avoid crashes and save lives. Joining us now for more on this is Sello Maremane, who speaks for Gauteng Traffic Police. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. As you make this call, urging people to drive with caution, what are some of the observations so far on the road?
Thank you so much, and good evening to you as well as to the viewers at home. So far, our traffic volumes on our major roads, such as your N1 freeway from Pretoria, from Polokwane to Pretoria, have increased. For example, right at Pumulani Plaza, we have seen that toll gate recording over 2,500 vehicles per hour. The same goes with the N3 from Durban towards Heidelberg. The Hoek Plaza, we have seen 1,700 vehicles passing through the gantry there per hour, which is an indication to us that really our roads are fairly very much busy, and therefore we are appealing to our travelers or our holiday makers at large to really exercise care when they are utilizing our public roads. The major problem, of course, that we are facing is pedestrian jaywalking. We find a lot of our pedestrians just, walking on the road without looking, but so far we have not had any crashes or major incidents on our road, and we hope that we should compound the situation if all the road users can just come on board, be it pedestrian, passengers or drivers, and we are making this appeal to our motorists to at least switch on their headlamps to enhance visibility on our roads so that we shall all arrive alight.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you keep a close watch on the flow of traffic and motorist behavior, what are some of the issues you've had with stopping motorists and perhaps maybe having to arrest some?
You know, as law enforcement officers from our side, of course, we are forced to arrest people who do not abide by the rules of the road. Just yesterday, over 20 people have been arrested for driving under the influence of intoxicating of alcohol. Now, these are the type of things that we do not want to see happening. Unfortunately, there are pockets of some of our road users who are not heeding to the calls. We do find people also who are overspeeding, unsafe overtaking. But we keep on telling our road users that road safety is the responsibility of all road users. You don't need to see the presence of traffic officers in order for you to comply with the rules of the road. Although we realize the fact that the presence of a law enforcement official will always deter a person from violating a road traffic rule. But it's not necessary, and some of the things that are really happening on a public road, they can be avoided in order for us not to experience, road carnages.
When it comes to the attitude and behavior of road users, what would you perhaps like to appeal to as people head back and go to their various destinations?
Well, first and foremost, reckless and negligent driving on our public road. You find a situation where, like I've just mentioned, that our major roads are heavily congested. Some of our drivers tend to be very much impatient, thereby driving on the yellow line on our freeway, overtaking on the yellow line. That constitutes reckless driving. It should be avoided at all costs. They should adhere to their normal speed limit. When it is raining, for an example, they need to make sure that at least their wiper plates are working. But, 80% of road crashes are human-made. If they can just avoid overspeeding, reckless and negligent driving, unsafe overtaking as well is one of the contributory factors to our road traffic crashes. Those are the type of things that we think, if they are really avoided, everyone else should arrive safely. So,
You speak about your concern around pedestrians on the roads. What about those who are using public transport? I mean, we've seen over the years the horrors and the fatal crashes when it comes to using minibus taxis and so forth. What appeal would you make to the driver and the passengers on board?
Well, to our to our passengers who are utilizing our public transport, our major appeal to them is, we have realized that they also carry with them, large luggages, which they would want to put inside public transport vehicles, which may obscure the driver's view. Now, if they have such kind of luggages, sometimes they carry them in such a way that the driver is not able to, the driver's view is actually obscured because of these heavy luggages. Now, we are saying to them, they must, when they utilize public transport, they must ensure that at least they carry reasonable luggage, and when they pack their stuff, they should pack them in such a way that it does not obscure the driver's vision. And to our public transport drivers, such as your taxis and your minibuses and your bus operators, they should realize that they are in control of 60 lives if that bus is ferrying 60 passengers. They should exercise extra care so that all our people should arrive alive.
And when it comes to the concern that you raised earlier on around pedestrians being a huge danger on the roads for themselves and the other cars, what advice would you give to pedestrians? I mean, what state are they found in when they're crossing the roads, or perhaps is it a matter of visibility?
It is not just visibility. We're also talking that, it's general safety. If, for example, you're a pedestrian inside town, and these days we are facing load shedding, it's very important. We've got our point duty officers in some intersection. It's very important for pedestrians to cross at a control intersection such as a robot, where you find our law enforcement official right inside the intersection. But in case where, for example, there are no traffic officers, they really need to make sure that the road is clear of any vehicle before they cross the road. We do not want to see a situation where our pedestrians are losing life. And I can assure you, most of the fatal crashes that we have recorded since the 1st of December are related to pedestrian jaywalking, because some of them, they go to their place of leisure, such as your parks, and enjoying themselves there, even drinking. But immediately when they leave their taverns or shebeens, walking and food, that's where all these illegal things are happening. You find them crossing the roads where it is not safe to do so. So now, over and above the issue of them wearing visible clothing, we are saying to them, safety starts with them. They need to make sure that they cross the road only when it is safe to do so.
Yeah. Safety also has a great deal to do with the vehicle worthiness in terms of ensuring that it's mechanically fit to be on the road. What are some of the challenges you've encountered during roadblocks and stop searches when it comes to the condition of vehicles traveling long distance especially?
Well, the problem with I would say the vehicle fitness, for example, some of our motorists are not conducting, just your normal pre-trip inspection to check that every component on the vehicle that they are driving is in good working order. We're talking here direction indicators, we are talking headlamps, we are talking the tires. In fact, the Road Traffic Act makes it very clear that every component fitted on that vehicle shall be in good working order before any person can undertake a trip. So some of the challenges that we've been facing really is the fact that some of our motorists tend to travel with this vehicle being unroadworthy. Your tires that are worn out, it's hard these days. So if a tire is heavily worn out and a person is driving at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour, they may just encounter a burst. Now, we don't want such kind of a situation. Of course, our direction indicators are helping them from changing from one lane to the other in terms of showing the direction. Now, those are some of the challenges that we have encountered while we were mounting some law enforcement operation. And we are saying to our motorists, they need to make sure that their vehicles are roadworthy. Just conduct a very small pre-trip inspection, check that everything is in good working order. Your windscreen wipers should be in good working order, so that at least you know that your vehicle is roadworthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we let you go, just one last question. Are you able at all at this point in time to give us an indication on the number of vehicles that are passing through as the high traffic volumes are underway?
Yes, where I'm standing just next to Pumulane Plaza, we are reporting over 2,500 vehicles per hour passing through this toll gate. Now, this is an indication that this road, the N1 Polokwane to Pretoria, is heavily congested. If they can just exercise care by just, driving your normal speed, 60, 80 kilometers per hour, they should be able to arrest that situation. We have also seen on the N4 from Emalahleni towards Pretoria, right at Diamond Hill Plaza, over 1,700 vehicles passing through that toll gate per hour, which is an indication to us again that says that road is heavily congested. We are advising them, to drive within the prescribed speed limit, to really exercise care so that they should all arrive alive. Fortunately for us, fortunately for everybody, we do not have any road crashes as of now, as well as the incident, and we would want to compound the situation as is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time and that breakdown. Of course, some good news, no reports of any accidents on the roads. Gauteng Traffic Police spokesperson Sello Maremane.